What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. In all the 3 years of Master Duel experience, now that it's officially the 3rd anniversary, according to Master Duel, we got us a new challengers approaches moment. And this time it's Fortune Ladies. If you aren't too familiar about the new challenger approaches moment, it's basically if we happen to come across a deck in terms of one full gameplay duel officially never met for the first time, it's basically an in-depth guide to the archetypes. Now, for the deck list based off from that Fortune Lady player. Oh, Fortune Lady and Fortune Fairies. Okay, so throughout the course of this whole entire duel, there was no sight of Fortune Fairies at all. So we're just going to knock it out of the ballpark right away. So Fortune Fairies, in order for you to play the game with this deck, they are all about drawing themselves for the sake of free special. And then they are a series of spellcasters who has a special ability about when summoned from the hand. All of which, the Fortune Fairies, every last one of them have different attributes. Every last one of them has different levels, but has the exact same stats of no stats. No attack, no defense. Hikari the Light, N the Fire, Hu the Wind, Sui the Water, An the Dark, and She the Earth. Each effect of every one of those Fortune Fairies affects once. In this one for Hikari, upon special summon, target one monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special one level 1 spellcaster monster straight from your deck. N, in this one, target one set card your opponent controls, kill it. Who, in this one from Who, target one of your banished spellcasters, add it to your hand. Nice recursion. Sui, in this one, target one other face-up monster anywhere on the field, banish it until the standby phase of your next turn. And in this one, banish one spellcaster straight from your deck. She, in this one, you can make each player draw one card. And of course, for the Fortune Fairies, they do have indirect support for the Fortune Fairies. Lucky Loan. Hard once on the activation. Target one Fortune Fairy monster you control. Special one spellcaster monster from your hand or deck whose original level is 1 lower than that monster's. And to turn you to this, also during your next turn after this card resolves, I should say, you cannot normal or special except spellcasters. Miracle Stone. Continuous spell. 1 Miracle Stone at a time. All spellcaster monsters you control gain 500 attack and defense for every Fortune Fairy you control with different names. And then once per turn, when an attack is declaring involving your Fortune Fairy monster, you can draw 1 card. Unacceptable result. Not even a once per turn quick play spell. If you control a spellcaster monster, special one Fortune Fairy monster from your hand. And I believe that's every last one. Yes, it is. That'll be enough of the in-depth guide of Fortune Fairies. Now for the real show of the duel. And with this hand going second, this should be fine. Okay, so there's the Fortune Lady. So before we even go through the notions of the summoning and the activations, in-depth guide of Fortune Ladies. So let me just get this out of the way real fast. Solitaire Magician, level 4, light, 1600 attack, 1300 defense. And obviously she's an honorary spellcaster for the sake of Fortune Ladies, obviously. So once per turn, you can select one face-up Fortune Lady monster you control and one other face-up monster anywhere on the field, reduce the level by 3, and destroy the other selected monster. Also, he has CT moments where select from back in the day is basically target. Now, in order for you to play the game with this deck, they are all about level modulation during your standby phase, and their questionable stats multiply depending on which Fortune Lady you control. All of which are spellcasters, all of which different attributes in terms of the originals, and based off from the attribute, you see the name, basic stuff, nothing more, nothing less. Fire is fire, light is light, wind is wind, water is water, dark is dark, and earth is earth, and so on. And you also got past being a dark, and every being a light. All of them are spellcasters, questionable stats, different attributes and different levels. Light and past are level 1s, while water and Solitaire Magician are 4s. With that out of the way, let's get to the real effects. Okay, so the stat lineup. So let's see what's up about the stat lineup. Okay, so light, past, and fire are times 200. Wind and water are times 300. Dark, earth, and every times 400 on the stats. Onwards to the real effects. Starting with Fortune Lady Past, who is a tuner specifically. In this one, hard once on the last notion of the effect of Past. You can target one Fortune Lady monster you control, banish any number of other spellcaster monsters from your hand, field, and or graveyard, and if you do, increase or reduce that monster's level by the number of monsters banished until the end of this turn. Light, in this one, when this face-up card leaves the field by card effect, you can special one Fortune Lady monster from your deck, not once per turn. In this one for fire, when this card is special summoned in attack position by the effect of a Fortune Lady card, spell/trap included, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, kill it, and if you do, burn your opponent equal to the destroyed monster's attack on the field. In this one for wind, upon normal summon, when normal summon, you can destroy spell traps your opponent controls equal to the number of Fortune Lady monsters you control. So it's Elemental Hero Stratos in terms of Duster, but Fortune Ladies. In this one for water, not once per turn, if this card is special summoned while you control a Fortune Lady that isn't water, draw 2. Random fun fact, Fortune Lady Exodia is a thing which utilizes water, lights most of the time, and many more. And of course, the Duster effect off from Wind, also not once per turn. Fortune Lady Dark. In this one, when your Fortune Lady monster gets killed or kills an opponent's monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, I should say, you can target one Fortune Lady monster in your graveyard, special it out, not once. In this one for Earth, if the level of this card increases, burn your opponent 400 damage. In this one for every, aside from the level increase on your standby, then does not target, you can banish one face-up monster your opponent controls. During your opponent's end phase, if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish one other spellcaster monster from your graveyard, special it out. And then that graveyard effect is a once per turn. Fortune's Future. Normal spell, not once per turn. Target one of your banished Fortune Ladies, put it back to the graveyard, draw 2. Fortune Lady Calling. Hard once on the activation. If you control a Fortune Lady monster, special one Fortune Lady monster straight from your deck with a different name from the cards you control, and to turn you to this, you cannot special from the extra deck except Synchros. Fortune Vision. When this card is activated, you can add one Fortune Lady card, spell/trap included, from deck to hand. Once per turn, if a card, more than one, you control is banished by a card effect outside of the damage step, you can activate this. This turn, monsters you control cannot be killed by card effects, even if it leaves. Once per turn, if a card, more than one, your opponent controls is banished by a card effect outside of the damage step, you can make the next battle damage you take this turn become 0. Once again, even if it leaves. Hard once on the activation of Fortune Vision. Time Passage. Quick play spell, of course. Not once per turn. You can target one Fortune Lady monster you control. Increase that target's level by 3 until the end phase. Okay, apparently Fortune Ladies are basically the original FAs before FAs are a thing. Inherited Fortune. Activate during the turn, a face-up Fortune Lady monster you control gets killed. Special up to 2 Fortune Lady monsters from your hand during your next standby. Fortune Lady Rewind. Also, the Fortune is also not once per turn. Fortune Lady Rewind. Hard once on the activation. Target any number of your banished Fortune Lady monsters with different names, special them back, and if you don't do anything with them, they get shuffled back into the deck. Bending Destiny. When a monster's, more than one, will be normal summon or a spell/trap card is activated while all face-up monsters you control are Fortune Lady monsters, minimum of 1, negate the summon or activation as in never happened, and if you do, banish that card. That banished card gets kicked back to the hand during the end phase of this turn. And is that every Fortune Lady card with the Solitaire? Yes, it is. So, normal summon Fire, Vision for the Calling for the Light, and 2 sets. Also, am I missing something out of this for Light? Opponent should have summoned out Fortune Lady Water, is it? Yeah, opponent should have summoned out Fortune Lady Water for that matter, because that would have been extra 2 cards drawn, so Missed opportunity for there. Normal to Channeler, discarding Fearsome Fire Blast for Perfumer. Perfumer for Hunting Ground. Hunting Ground. Exceed Shoken into this easiest yet rather old card in terms of gaining advantage, specifically versus Fortune Ladies. Number 103, Ragnar Zero. If you aren't too familiar with her, rank 4, Water Fairy, XZ, generic, rank 4, of course, to level 4s is what it takes to make her. 2400 attack, 1200 defense. Hey, Vanity's Fiend stats, nice. Once per turn, as a quick effect, detach one, target one attack position monster your opponent controls whose current attack is different from its original attack, kill it, and if you do, draw one card. Hey, seems pretty good on the draw one. I'll take that. Ragnar Zero. Target kill off fire and drawn into Chalice. Inherited Fortune. Ragnar Zero kill off light. And 2 set just to match the columns. Earth, the burn, and fire is just for the sake of removal. Ragnar Zero, kill off Earth, drew into the first Harpy, level modulate, all from fire, and pass. In Perm, just so that we don't need to focus on the blank set, normal summon the first Harpy, kill off the Visions, first Harpy over fire, and 24. Set 1, pass. Set 1, end phase, win art. Target that same set card that was just set to the bottom of the deck it goes. Feather Duster to 1. Unacceptable result. 2400. Game state simplified. Monster Reborn, the Earth, and once again, game state simplified. So guys, that's going to do it for the in-depth guide to Fortune Fairy and Fortune Lady. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. Also, if you are a brand new player joining Master Duel or missing out 1 full month of gameplay as a returning player, be sure to use my campaign code so we can gather more prizes and reach the goal. Catch you guys next time.